I guess we got to talk about it because I want to know this story and I want to understand how this could happen again and again and again. World War II veteran begged caretakers for help in Georgia nursing home before dying, feds say. Begged for help, and he was ignored and told to just shut up. And then he died. You know, we've had other stories like this. We had a story about a guy in a VA home who was eaten alive by fire ants. Do you guys remember that one? I get sick to my stomach thinking about it because it happened to him twice. He survived once, and then they left him in there, and it happened again. He died. To do this to the elderly is sick. People who prey on elderly people, like fraudsters, are sick human beings, truly sick. And if you're a medical professional and somebody's trusted you with the care of their loved one, or they've put trust in you for themselves, and then you do something like this, there's no punishment great enough, in my opinion. But let's see what did happen. 3 former staff members at a Georgia nursing home pled guilty to their accused roles in the death of an elderly patient. The charges against the 2 former nurses and 1 former nurse aide stem from the 2014 death of James Dempsey, who was 89 years old. He was a patient in their care at the Northeast Atlanta Rehab Center in Brookhaven, a city about 10 miles northeast of Atlanta. Evidence shows that the workers failed to provide timely and necessary medical assistance, ultimately resulting in Mr. Dempsey's death. Dempsey was a World War II veteran, according to local outlets, including the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. McClatchy News has reached out to the Brookhaven Police Department for further information. A hidden surveillance video placed in Dempsey's room revealed he was suffering from respiratory distress and continually called out for help on the day of his death. I can't imagine this is your family member. On March 15th, former nurse Lois Piquet Aguiman, 67 years old, pled guilty to involuntary manslaughter, neglect to an elder person, and concealing the death of another. What? She was sentenced to 8 years in prison. The next day, Wanda Knuckles, 65, also a former nurse, pled guilty to concealing the death of another and was sentenced to a year in prison. Mabel Turman, 66, was a certified nurse assistant, pled guilty in February to charges of neglect of an elder person and concealing the death of another. As the least culpable of the 3, Turman was sentenced to 5 years probation. Stop pushing the call button is the quote here. The day he died, Dempsey complained of chest pain and said he couldn't breathe, but Aguiman told him there was nothing wrong with his heart and to stop pushing the call button before leaving his room. I don't know if you guys know this, but if somebody says they're having chest pains, if somebody says they think they're having a heart attack, hospitals are not allowed to turn them away or let them go. Ambulances cannot ignore that call. Police cannot ignore that claim. This is a standard. This is like a national standard. When Dempsey called for help again, Turman is accused of arriving in his room 24 minutes later. By then, he was already unresponsive. Turman called Knuckles and Aguiman into the room, but neither of them attempted to revive the patient. Aguiman and Knuckles only began performing CPR an hour after Dempsey stopped breathing in a ruse for the emergency service personnel who had just arrived on the scene. Can't even think about this. Only found out because Dempsey's son had set up a camera after Dempsey told him that personal items were being taken from his room and that he often had to wait for help. If his son didn't put the camera in there, this would have continued to happen to others. Video surveillance reportedly revealed Dempsey pressed the help button from his bed 6 times on the day he died. The video shows him yelling, "Help." I'm shaking. My hand is shaking. We would have just thought it was natural causes and everything was done that should have been done, and he passed away in his sleep. This is a landmark case for the state of Georgia and DeKalb County, Boston said in a March 17th release. As a result of this case, the Georgia Supreme Court has ruled that families have a right to install video recording equipment in their loved ones' nursing home spaces. Yeah, make that a national thing. Make that a national thing. Because one more story like this of the VA doing this stuff, and I don't know, I can't take it. I really can't take it. The VA is not doing enough to prevent this. It just doesn't make sense at all that so many VA facilities are hiring people who would do this. Where are they getting these hires from? What is the culture? What is the culture of the VA like that this keeps happening. They need new leadership over there. The VA needs new leadership, somebody who gives a damn and can motivate the staff to not just let people die. To not just let people die. How about that? Is that asking too much? I don't know. Leave me a comment. Is it too much? What's up, guys? Thanks for watching that clip from our live show. We're live right here on YouTube, Sunday through Thursday, 1800 Pacific Standard Time. If you want, come on by, join the chat. I'd love to hear from you. If you like that video and you want to see more, consider checking out this video right here or subscribing to the channel with this button right here. I look forward to talking to you really soon. I'm out for now.